This is an actual view of what I see when I'm flying. Down on the lower left, I can switch and tap on that lower left screen, which will bring it back into the full view mode of what I'm seeing when I'm flying. But I brought up the screen of the mapping system, and it's the same mapping system on your iPhone that you use. It's pretty good view. You can see how I dropped that view out of the way, and now I'm just videotaping the action that's going on here in the landing while I'm sitting in the truck staying warm. And later on in the video, there's a shot here, a slow motion shot and a high speed shot, or same speed shot, of Steven sending a log at the cab of the loader. It's kind of interesting. If it had hit the window, it would have been not good. It is a Lexan window, but they ain't very tough when the colder they are, the weaker they get. And there's no iron in front of that window that I can see that protects the window from flying debris. Up in the top left hand corner, you see the C mode, or Cine mode it's called. It flies very slow, turns very slow. The camera up and down tilt is very slow. It makes cinematic type movies, and I can change that into sport mode, which is really fast on everything. And then there's one other P mode and position mode. I don't know exactly what that does, if it just holds it in position. I ain't monkeyed with that, but this is that DJI Maverick Mini, and that's a pretty nice little, it's not a toy. This thing is not a toy. It is tiny though. You can shove it in your shirt pocket and walk around with it there and put the remote in your other pocket. It's that small, but it's not a toy. And then up on the top, towards the right there's how many satellites I'm picking up or whatever, to lock it in. So when you stop flying, it'll hold its position. And then the Wi-Fi signal between the phone and the remote, and then your battery voltage. And notice this piece of wood flying up, hitting Steven's loader here. Could have went through the window if the window was cold. This section is the original section right out of the drone, out of the small SD card. So you can see the comparison of what I've got off in the iPhone, recording what I was when I was flying. There's a big difference. The clarity is really nice on that little drone. You know, like you said, it's not a toy. You can do some nice work, and you can also get yourself in trouble. Look at the trees I'm flying through here. I'm glad it only landed on the deck there. If it hit the window, it would have been a big old scratch or gouge in there. I mentioned in my last video I posted, did anyone notice a difference? What the difference is on this flail down here? I didn't have my comments opened up for about the first 25-30 viewers, so if you didn't get that, you can comment on this video if I can get it turned on. So hope you enjoy watching my videos, and thanks, and please share and get other people to take a and subscribe and hit the bell icon. And thanks for watching. Steven had just shut down for a few minutes and then fired back up, and I noticed that the flail wasn't spinning fast and the air valve had froze up, so I had to grab a couple bungee cords and get it pulled open temporarily. If you notice down at the bottom in the center, I think right now it's presenting a round red ring, but then sometimes it presents another white ring with a little arrow on it. And when it's white, it actually shows from which way I'm holding the remote where what like at 10:30, 11 o'clock is where the drone is. So when I'm holding the remote, all I have to do is look at where the arrow is positioned and look up at the sky and see where the drone is at from that arrow. Alex is getting pretty used to running that grapple and getting a pretty good sized bucket full. He has had some trouble with it settling a little bit when he's coming back even empty. If he hits a rough spot in the trail, it'll settle down. I don't know if he's got that addressed or not. He's going to have somebody come and turn up the pressures on that, the regular blade rams. There's so many deer up here, it's like being in a fenced-in park when we come to work. They don't want to leave. Down in the lower left, it has height and elevation in feet, distance traveled in feet, so you can figure out how many miles you flew in that flight, and then it has the speed you're traveling, and 28 miles an hour. You can see kind of how it's fluctuating. Maybe a gust of wind is pushing me backwards, and it shows less feet traveled in that period of time. Goes up and down. You notice it popped up on the screen 22 degrees and went to 24 degrees. It's because I zoomed down a little bit and it tells me the angle of the camera facing down. You can kind of see that bar graph which way it'll travel up and down, but when you stop and don't touch that, then that disappears off the screen. Well, this clip right here is a comparison shot, so you can see the clarity that this DJI Phantom 4 Pro has compared to the Maverick Mini, and it's a little bit different. And then I could have, set the settings and made it a little bit darker, but you can't do that on that Maverick Mini. It's what you get when you're flying. You can't change much on it. I can change a lot while I'm flying with that DJI Phantom 4 Pro. Well, this is the angle I always wanted to get with the drone. I've got a few shots of them dumping from mounting it, mounting it on the side here, but I always wanted to overview, kind of looking down like the camera that Sappy has in her control room to watch. And this one turned out pretty nice. I like the view a guy gets with that little drone.